Hey everyone, this is MeiYu, and welcome to Fun Friday. Every Friday, I try to do something new, fun, or challenging. In case you've missed my previous video, my How to Draw books are now available for your public and school libraries to get for you. I'm so happy that you can finally read some of my books from your library. You can now ask your librarian to order my How to Draw books directly from their library distributor. All you need to do is give your librarian or school librarian the author name, MeiYu, and the book titles you want. It takes a lot of people's efforts to make this possible, and I really hope you can take advantage of this and enjoy the benefit. I hope my books can help you improve your drawing skills and creativity. Happy drawing! Before we get started, I'm excited to announce the release of 3 new books, including 2 new coloring books called Gothic Glamour and Kawaii Animals, and 1 how to draw book called Draw Quick and Easy Anime Manga Hair. More info's coming later in the video. Yay! Okay, and now for today's video. So I am going to be doing part 9 of my Draw One Character in 10 Different Art Styles challenge series. I know many of you have been waiting for this next video. In case you want to re-watch this whole series, you can check them out on my MeiYu channel. So I'm going to reimagine and draw Rainbow Dash in 10 different art styles and universes, starting with The Simpsons. So how would she look like if she were in The Simpsons universe? This is going to be really fun and interesting because of how I am going to handle her features, especially those big googly eyes. Although The Simpsons looks like a simple style in terms of like the level of details there are on the characters, it's actually kind of challenging sometimes for me, especially when I'm inking the circular eyes, because of the line width is very thin and actually quite delicate. So I was really careful when I was inking like really round shapes or curves to not have my lines look too thick. I wanted them to look slightly more uniform and, you know, on a thinner side, and to have the curve working, it was kind of challenging, so I had to really slow down and concentrate and make sure my pen didn't shake too much. For her legs, I wanted to keep the lines sort of more parallel to themselves. There's just a slight incline in the angle, but other than that, I want things to look a little bit more like uniform because of how the Simpsons characters, like the limbs and the different parts of their bodies, they always tend to have this more of a uniform, simple look to them. One of the major characteristics of Simpsons characters is that, you know, they tend to have this really large overbite. The upper lip juts out a lot compared to the lower one. So when I was designing my Rainbow Dash face, I wanted to have the upper part of her face go out a lot compared to the lower part of her jaw. Would Simpsons Rainbow Dash be good friends with Bart or Lisa? Okay, many of you have been asking for more Hollow Knight styles ever since I drew Sailor Moon in this style from before. So let's see how Rainbow Dash is going to look like if she were in this universe. I think this is going to look quite interesting and different because of how different the aesthetic looks between the My Little Pony universe and the Hollow Knight universe. I especially am excited and very eager to see how the eyes are going to look like. One of the things I really like about the Hollow Knight style in general is like just how they handle fabric and like how it flows, and it has this nice haunting look to it almost. So I wanted to get that feeling into the hair, into the mane, and a little bit into the wings as well. Thanks to all of you who have been suggesting for more Hollow Knight related content on my channel. In this 10 style series, I try to do some new styles each time I do a part in the series, but also I do want to go back to some of the more popular and requested styles and reimagine another character in them. I love how the characters' heads and faces are shaded in Hollow Knight, so I was wanting to get a similar feeling for my Rainbow Dash design, and so I went into like a really light blue at first, and then now I'm adding some of the darker blues on top to create the shadow, and as I do so, it just creates this really cool like dimensional feeling. I just really like that. I'm really glad that more of you are checking out my shorts videos, especially the last 2 shorts I did of the past few weeks. And for this particular short, I think no one has still gotten the detail that I'm looking for. Do you know what it is? Go check it out. Because I had nice dimension and shading on the body, I didn't want to leave the mane or the tail flat looking in comparison, so I wanted to go back and add some dimension and like depth to the mane as well by adding darker colors. I really love how like as you add a darker color on top of a lighter color, it instantly makes that area like a shape, like a dimensional form. I really like that process. Now she reminds me of this really enchanting but slightly haunting, like almost like a ghost kind of character. Really colorful ghost. But, you know, it's just taking this one character and putting them into a completely different universe and style. It's a very satisfying feeling for me as an artist, and I love doing this. And of course, sharing it with you. Okay, now let's see how Rainbow Dash will look like if she was a Sanrio character. I think the Hello Kitty style in particular is a very iconic and very famous, memorable style because of how simple it is. It is so simple and very cute. So I wanted to see how I can summarize all of Rainbow Dash's like features and some of her like more detailed areas into a very, very simple style. But the simplicity of the style doesn't necessarily mean it's an easy style because, you know, I felt when I was drawing, and especially when I was inking my Rainbow Dash in this style, I had to really concentrate on the line width because I'm using my brush pen and it, you know, I like to, in my other videos, I like to have these nice organic thick to thin lines, usually in my other reimaginings. But for this style, because the inking and the line widths are quite uniform, I had to be really careful about how much pressure I put onto each little area, and as well as the actual width of the shapes, I had to make them quite uniform and not too organic looking, not too varied because of what the style is. So all of these little details actually made this process like, you know, it's not easy. It was a nice challenge though, and I really like that. I feel sometimes if things are too easy as an artist, for me, I'm not having fun anymore. I like to be challenged and I like to learn and grow. Okay, now it's time for Rainbow Dashimon! Or something. Alright, so at first when I was thinking about drawing Rainbow Dash in the universe of Pokemon, I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be really easy, because, you know, I've done a lot of Pokemon kind of related content on my channel before, and I feel I have a really good sense of the style from my other art challenges. But then I was thinking, well, you know, what kind of Pokemon would Rainbow Dash be? Because if you look at Pokemon and all the different like variations and the different like types there are out there, some of the Pokemon are quite simple, some of them are really detailed, some of them are elegant, some of them are not. So what am I going to do in this case? Like, would I make my Rainbow Dash look more elegant? Would I follow something like, would I use like, for example, Rapidash or Ponyta as an inspiration? Or what would it look like? So there's actually a lot of variation, a lot of possibilities. And then I started to think I should create a Pokemon that could stand by herself, but still look like Pokemon, which then began to be a little more challenging because I didn't want to use any like quote-unquote template or like Pokemon as a base. I didn't want that. I wanted to create something that was wholly original and my own, but still in the style of Pokemon. Also figuring out like what kind of eyes I would give my Rainbow Dash character. That was also like a thought process by itself. Originally I wanted something really cutesy, like, you know, the round circular eyes of Pikachu, for example, or even like the taller eyes of Squirtle. But then I was thinking I would rather go with a shape maybe like this, like a diamond that's kind of like on an angle. Because I felt, and then the pupils, like how I'm drawing it right now, because I felt it still looks like it belongs in the world of Pokemon, but it just looks a little bit, like, not so common. So I wanted something that looked a little, just slightly less common, less well-known for my design. And I was looking at the different types of Pokemon that had like realistic horse bodies, and I wanted to kind of like not go too realistic. I still wanted my Rainbow Dash character to have a more of a sense of a cartooniness to it. So that's why I kind of fanned out the hooves like that, because I really like how the original ponies have their hoof like the leg shape go from small to big. I kind of like that energy, so I wanted to infuse that into my design. Okay, quick, what kind of attack would she have and who would she evolve into? Okay, now I'm going to draw a blue character in the style of another blue character. This time it's going to be Sonic. Yes! So I think the last time I drew some character in the Sonic style was when I reimagined Mabel from Gravity Falls in the Sonic style. That was really fun. And that was a human character, so I wonder how an animal character will look like in this universe. Okay, right from the beginning, I knew I had to design her mane like this, kind of like spikes from Sonic, but, you know, stylized as a mane. I really love this idea. I think it's just perfect. For the hoof area, I was thinking at first, how am I going to reimagine Rainbow Dash's legs in the style of Sonic, because Sonic, you know, I love how his arms and legs start out really skinny, and then they end with the big hands and the big feet, but Rainbow Dash doesn't have like such huge endings to her legs, they just kind of end. So I was thinking, what is something that I can do to merge the two together, but meanwhile I'm not actually giving, you know, for example, I didn't want to give Rainbow Dash any shoes, because that's, you know, that's adding something to a character that she doesn't have shoes in the beginning. So eventually I kind of wanted to fan out or flare out the ending of her hooves, so it kind of reminds me of the large feet of Sonic, but they are not actually shoes in my design. I thought that was a really good way to handle both of those things. Coloring this design was a lot of fun because of all the different layers of colors that I wanted to get into. I really like how the Sonic style has like, they usually have like a really light area right by the outline, and then past that area is like a darker shading, and then past that is like the regular color, it's like a little bit lighter area. So, you know, it gives this nice, interesting, like shiny effect to the overall design of the character. So I wanted to do that all over like the body, and of course with the different sections of her rainbow mane, I was mindful of the different colors I was using to have that effect. Okay, now I'm going to reimagine Rainbow Dash as if she were in this show called Rugrats, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. I wonder how she'll look like, especially with the different line quality and the very different way that the Rugrats characters, like the style handles their body and the different limbs hair, and all that, so let's see how differently she's gonna look. I think one of the major differences between the Rugrats style and the My Little Pony style is how they handle the line quality and the inking. Like the My Little Pony style has pretty much like more of a unified or like smoother line work, whereas Rugrats, I noticed there tends to be more like little variations or little bumps in the line work. So that was what I was trying to get at when I was inking my Rainbow Dash design in this style. I was putting some pressure onto my brush pen here, but other times I didn't really have too much pressure, so I had this more of a organic, bumpy feeling to the line work. And then as for the design of the face and the legs themselves, I drew things that were not so unified. I remember when I was little and coming home from school, and then I would turn on the TV and watch Rugrats. Ugh, those were some good times. Did you used to watch the show too? If so, let me know in the comments, and also which episode was your favorite. Or if you're into some other TV shows, I'm curious, which ones do you like? I think the last time I drew a character in the Rugrats style was when I reimagined Blossom from Powerpuff Girls in 10 different styles. So it was quite interesting to see how I turned a human character into a Rugrats character, and now I'm turning an animal into a Rugrats character. It's kind of funny, now that I think about it, there's a Spike in My Little Pony, but there's a Spike in Rugrats too. Okay, now it is time for Fairy Tale Rainbow Dash. So this has been a style that many of you have been suggesting for quite some time now, and this is also one of the styles that I haven't done yet, I think, ever in any of my challenges. So I'm really glad to be able to get this universe in today. So let's see how Rainbow Dash will look like in the world of Fairy Tale. I really like how Natsu's eyes are designed in this style, so I was thinking if I could somehow draw my Rainbow Dash's expression similar to his, with a similar style of the small pupil against the big, large eye shape. I think that'll look really good with my design because I feel that expression is also, like a nice reflection of her personality. Like she looks really bold and confident. I also decided to give her wings like a more detailed look like this with the layers of feathers, because I like how like some characters, when they have wings, their wings do look a lot more realistic. It was also a perfect excuse to draw lots of feathers because I love layering feathers. It's just something satisfying and really relaxing about it. In case you love drawing anime, manga, or your own character designs and want to learn from me, I've made a huge collection of how to draw books on all kinds of skills and topics, from simpler how to draw eyes and hair to more complex things like faces, expressions, and outfits. I've just released my latest Draw Quick and Easy Anime Manga Hair. It's 10 bite-sized art lessons, step by step, in ebook and paperback formats. You can read the ebook version for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. I hope my books can help you become the best artist you can be. Learn from my years of art experience and practice so you'll get a head start. You can see all my books on my MeiYuArt store on Amazon. Links in the video description. Get these books and you can spend your holiday and weekends practicing your skills and getting better. Happy drawing! Because some fairy tale characters have these stylized shine marks on their hair to make the hair look extra shiny and dimensional, I was doing the same thing on her, like the different rainbow section of her mane by drawing like a squiggly area with a lighter color and then adding a darker color around it. So I felt that was a really effective way to quickly show the shininess of hair. It's also very interesting to see how diverse anime styles can be. Like in the Pokemon style I was doing earlier in this video, looks quite different compared to the fairy tale style in terms of the line width, how the different parts of the body is handled, and of course the expression, the types of eyes. There's just so many different possibilities with different anime art styles and art styles in general. The next style is also an art style that I've never done before on my channel. This is going to be Bone, so I'm going to draw Rainbow Dash in the world of Bone, which is a very popular graphic novel. I have the entire series, and I think it's a very fun idea to turn this character into a Bone character. Let's see how I'm going to handle her different features, especially the nose. I really like how the Bone characters have these beautiful thick to thin lines in the inking and their outlines. I love that because I feel it's very natural and is very similar to how I naturally ink my characters as well. So when I was inking my Bone Rainbow Dash, I was just having so much fun just putting the pressure on and then off my brush pen to have that nice inky line quality. As for her face, and especially the nose area, I really wanted to get that iconic curve of the nose because whenever I think about Bone, I always think about the nose first because it's such a great iconic look to a character, so I wanted to put that definitely into my design. And then as for the nostrils, I kind of tilted them inwards. I think that's a nice touch, and then it kind of reminds me of the shape of the eyes as well, so I have this kind of almost like a repeating element in this design, which kind of helps it become a more cohesive design. I also think the paler blues I chose for the body really helps with the look of this style. Okay, now on to another style. This time, I have never done anything like this on my channel ever. This is the painting style of one of my most favorite artists of all time. He is Salvador Dali, and I just love his surreal artwork and his imagination. I think it's just incredible and wonderful, so I was really excited to reimagine a cartoon character in the style of a really famous painter. I remember falling in love with surrealism and all things surreal, especially in art when I was a teenager. And when I first came upon Dali's work, it was an instant connection for me. I really loved how his mind worked, and some of his paintings, I just feel like I would never forget how they look like. So I was really excited when I was able to incorporate some of that into my video today. I know this is a little bit different. It's not exactly what I usually do on my channel, but I think to experiment and to go in different directions and to try different things and new things as an artist is always a good thing. So I wanted to reimagine Rainbow Dash as if she were in the elephant's painting, and I was thinking about how would I design her body, especially the legs, to look like she could, be a part of that world. So I really stretched out the legs. I made the bone structure extremely thin, which I find is, it's very interesting to see how those four very, very delicate looking legs can support the weight of her body, but you know, it's Dali, so anything can happen, right? So I was thinking about how to draw the legs, how to design the wings, and the face. I didn't want things to look too cartoony. I wanted them to look, you know, obviously more realistic, but in a way that it looks a little bit more distorted in some areas. For the wings, I didn't want the feathers to look too friendly. I curved them and made the lines sharper looking. And the face and the mane, I wanted them to look a little bit more worn and weathered. I also wanted to make sure that I really emphasize the bones, the joints, and the tense muscles of the character, because I felt that is a really good way to make this design. Overall, it gives more depth to the look of the character. Now imagine riding a horse like that. Okay, now for another childhood favorite. Some of you have been asking for me to draw something in the Bambi style, and I think it'll be really interesting to turn a pony into the world of Bambi. So let's see how Rainbow Dash will look like as a Disney character. Both of these styles are quite appealing and very cute in my opinion, but when I was designing my Disney-fied Rainbow Dash, I was keeping in mind of how I'm going to handle the head and like the body structure, the lines, in a more of a semi-realistic style. So for the lines themselves, I didn't want to keep them too simplified or flat looking. I wanted to make them look more dimensional, more rounded. One of the things I really wanted to change was the legs and the hooves. So because the Disney style, and in this case Bambi, the characters are quite, their bodies are a lot more realistic than My Little Ponies. So I wanted to add actual joints and the natural tapering of the hooves. I'm really glad that a lot more of you are getting my coloring books for holiday gifts. I released 2 new ones. The first is Kawaii Animals Cute Coloring Book, which is a continuation of my Easy to Color series. It features simpler designs of adorable kawaii animals and pets with thicker outlines, so it's easier to color inside the lines, which is perfect for younger fans or casual colorists who want to finish pages quickly and easily. My second new release is called Gothic Glamour, a beautifully dark coloring book. This gorgeous book features all my new original Gothic designs and images filled with beautiful women and handsome men in Gothic attire, in dark settings and haunting scenery. I like to think of this book as the bigger sister to my Gothic Cuties coloring book. If you have that title, I'm sure you'll love Gothic Glamour. It comes in 3 sizes, the regular softcover, the large softcover with more room for you to express yourself, and the large hardcover, which gives you that handsome look and heft of a hardcover book. The durable cover also helps protect your pages. Some fans have told me they were a little nervous starting my coloring books because they were scared they might make mistakes or ruin the pages. Not to worry, because most of my coloring books have 2 sets of the images, so you'll always have a backup. Don't worry about making mistakes, that's how you grow and improve. Instead, think about all the creative possibilities that are waiting for you inside my books, ready for you to bring them to life. I'm so proud of all of you who are already on this art journey with me. If you haven't yet, get my coloring books and come along for the adventure. You never know what amazing memories you can create for yourself in my books. They also make awesome gifts for anyone on your list. I've now made 90 books on my MeiYu bookstore on Amazon. It's your one-stop shop for drawing and coloring books. The link's in the video description. Happy coloring! Soon I'm gonna be making a color and relax with me video for the holidays, and I'll try to do it with one of my new Christmas coloring books I just released. So if you have your own copy, we can color together. I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm waiting for mine to arrive. I'm super excited. I loved adding the extra shading and the layers of colors to make the form look more dimensional and naturalistic. Now I'm thinking about if Rainbow Dash was in the Bambi movie, what would she do? She'll probably help Bambi a lot. One of these 10 styles art challenge videos takes me about 100 hours or so to make, including all the researching, the designs, concept sketches, drawing, coloring, and editing. If you want to see part 10, smash the like button real good and subscribe in case you haven't yet so you won't miss my future videos. Be sure to turn on the bell for notifications so you'll actually get notified when I release a new video. Let me know what other characters you want to see me draw and what other styles you like to see me draw in my future episodes. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you next Fun Friday. I want to thank everyone who got my different coloring books and various how to draw books. I'm glad that my art can help inspire you to keep up your creativity, relax, create something you can call your own, and build your skills at the same time. No matter if you're a casual colorist or someone who's more serious in pursuing art in your life, my books can help you realize your full artistic potential. I've now made 90 books and counting, from eBooks to coloring books, paperbacks, workbooks, and hardcovers, so there's something for everyone. I'm building a whole bookstore for you on many different interests and topics, and I'll keep making titles that can help many of you in all kinds of creative ways. Once you build those skills and your artistic eye, it's yours forever, and you can do whatever you want with your skills. It's a very proud feeling because you accomplished something truly special. I can't wait to see your future fan creations. Own or gift these books now. They make great additions to your book collection and get them for birthdays, road trips, relaxing weekends and holidays, back to school, or just for a nice creative break to de-stress. Experience the power of your inner creativity. The link to my MeiYu bookstore on Amazon is in the video description. Happy drawing and coloring, everyone!